Welcome to my channel. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My name is John, and today I'm doing a new album by the band Weezer. So, cheers. Okay, let me talk about Weezer first. So they came out in 1994. They were a really big band. They were all over MTV. They had some really big hits. Some of their first hits were Undone, the Sweater Song, Buddy Holly, Say It Ain't So. I remember watching them on MTV back in 1994. I really remember the Buddy Holly music video because they made it look like an episode of the old TV show Happy Days. And I really thought that was cool because, you know, I used to watch Happy Days when I was a kid. And back in 1994, I don't know what kind of like technology they used, but they really like made it look like that it was like an episode of, you know, Happy Days. So I always thought that was cool. I kind of like really didn't follow them too much after that. I remember the song coming out in like the 2000s, Hash Pipe. I remember that song sticking out because that was almost like, it was like a pop song, but it had like a heavy metal riff. And I always thought that was pretty cool. Other than that, Weezer's the type of band, like they like to surprise their fans. They have an album planned called Van Weezer. It's coming out next May. But this particular album is called OK Human, and it was, I think it was just, they just dropped it by surprise. It's out, you could stream it now. The CD and the vinyl will be available mid-February. I'll give you some more information on that a little later. But it's OK Human. It's a play on the old Radiohead album called OK Computer. Now that old Radiohead album was more of like an electronic based, and they wanted to take that idea but kind of like flip it around and say OK Human. Now OK Human is an album that it's just all piano and stringed instruments. There's really no like electronics. There's drums in it, but there's really no electronic like electric guitars or anything like of that nature. It reminded me a lot of the recent like Paul McCartney album where he just like plays all of these instruments himself, and it really came up with a really like unique sound. So it's pretty cool. I'm gonna go through all the tracks in a minute, but you know, Weezer, it's a band fronted by Rivers Cuomo. This guy is, you know, kind of nerdy, kind of quirky. But the guy's also kind of a genius because he really puts out some pretty cool albums. Now, this was recorded during the COVID pandemic, of course. So the songs in general remind me a lot of like old Beatles albums. Mainly like the song like Eleanor Rigby. It has like a lot of like strings, a lot of piano. You might think of some of the older Beatles songs that are not really guitar based. And that's kind of the real main like sound that this album pretty much gives you. It's, you know, it's not anything heavy. There's drums, there's percussion, there's strings, there's piano. But the songs are very memorable, they're catchy, they're poppy. You know, I enjoyed listening to it. It's not a long album, it's only like 30 minutes long, but so let me go through the tracks. Number one, all my favorite songs. So this one, like I said before, reminds me of Eleanor Rigby. You know, it's a real catchy song. Really like the use of like the orchestral instruments on the track. Track two, Aloo Gooby. So the song mixes like rap and traditional singing. Yeah, it has a fast tempo beat, and I really like the instrumental interludes. Next is Grapes of Wrath. So this is very catchy. It uses a lot of like string sections. And this one also reminds me of like some of the old like Beatles songs. Track four, it's called Numbers. Now they slowed down the pace on this one. The vocals remind me of like Radiohead on this one. Also a lot of like Beatles inspired string sections, and pretty cool song. Track five, Playing My Piano. So this is a slow piano based song. You know, Rivers Cuomo, he mentions like a lot of like few like 2020 hot topics, talking about getting back to his Zoom interview and worrying about Kim Jong-un blowing up a city, things like that. It's kind of, nerdy, it's quirky, it's pretty cool. The song is also, very Beatles-esque like the other songs. Track 6 is Mirror Image. So this is a 1 minute 18-second song, just Rivers Cuomo singing over an orchestra. It's a pretty cool song. Track 7 is Screens. This is catchy. It sounds a little bit more like a traditional Weezer song, string instruments, played like parts that would be traditionally played with guitars. It's catchy, it's memorable, it's pretty cool. Okay, track 8, Bird with a Broken Wing. This is a little more of a slow-paced track. Again, there's still more some Beatles comparisons going on. Also, the longest song on the album, it's 8 seconds shy of 4 minutes. So, it's pretty cool there. Number 9, Dead Roses. Cool pop song, pretty cool vocal delivery by Rivers. Track 10, Everything Happens for a Reason. This is just a 24-second song. It's just like Asian music or something like that. 11, Here Comes the Rain. This one reminds me of like those old Peanuts cartoons, with Schroeder playing his piano. For some reason that reminded me of that. But it's basically like another traditional Weezer song. It's pretty cool. And 12, La Brea Tar Pits. This is the final track. And reminds me again of a traditional Weezer song. There's stringed instruments, there's piano, but all in all, it's a catchy pop song. Okay, so in conclusion, now I would definitely recommend this album. First of all, I'd recommend that you listen to it like all the way through. It's a 30-minute album, and I don't think it's the kind of song that you might like pick out like songs here and there to put in a playlist. I think it's just very good like taken as a whole. I think if you're somebody who likes the Beatles, if you purchased the recent Paul McCartney album, you probably like this. It's a pretty cool album. I'm going to give it a final score of an 8 out of 10. I think it's enjoyable. I'm somebody, I listen to metal, I listen to extreme metal, but this is just pure pop. And I think like the Beatles sound is the thing that kind of like attracted me to it. And the thing that also kept me interested in listening. So that's it. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think? If anyone is interested in purchasing this, I'm going to be leaving my Amazon affiliate links. There will be an audio CD available and a vinyl, which will be releasing on February 12th, 2021. So if you're interested in that, other than that, I'm going to recommend some other videos that will be appearing on the side over there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.